Good morning. Thank y'all for coming. This is Nikki Pruitt, and she has a really interesting talk. And I'm going to forget your major. Tell me again what it is. Okay, I knew it was computer science, but it's with a concentration in game design, and her minor is English. And so what she's done, every semester, the students in my classes maintain a blog, and so as they're reading their assignments, they kind of are prompted by their reading to ask questions, and they kind of do kind of a mini research paper each week. And what Nikki has done is focus on some biblical allusions in a game that she kind of, I know nothing about video games. I have never had the hand-eye coordination to play them, but she really got me intrigued into looking into this video game because it has such a neat story, and it is connected to the literature that we study in our class, which is the Bible. So without further ado, here's Nikki.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Biblical allusions can be found everywhere in today's popular culture, from commercials to video games. Although people may not notice these allusions at first,
I'll probably break it up to
Although people may not notice these allusions at first, they can often lead to a deeper understanding of the work as a whole. The Assassin's Creed video game series is one case where understanding the biblical allusions hidden in the games can lead to a deeper knowledge of the plot, as well as foreshadow the events of future games in the series. The Assassin's Creed series follows Desmond Miles, who's thought to be a descendant of Adam and Eve. Being a direct descendant of the people who are thought to be the founders of humanity, Desmond has the ability of tapping into his memories of his ancestors through his genes. Along with this, there are also mysterious artifacts called pieces of Eden that give the person who uses them much power. They can control his or her environment. This is much like how the protagonists of the Hebrew narrative, God, controls the world of the Hebrew people. In Assassin's Creed, Desmond is kidnapped by the Templar organization and held captive in the headquarters of the Republic Front of Abstergo Industries. The Templars force him to relive the memories of his 12th century ancestor, Altair, who is a member of the Brotherhood of Assassins. After finding a piece of Eden that his ancestor had obtained, he manages to escape thanks to the help of his assassin spy in Abstergo. After Desmond finishes going through the memories of Altair, he suffers from something called the bleeding effect. This simply means that he retains some of the abilities of his ancestor Altair, including eagle vision. This ability allows him to see things that aren't visible to normal humans. After activating eagle vision in Desmond's room in the game, you can see the bizarre works of Subject 16, a person who was kidnapped by the Templars before Desmond. These are his works. If you look close enough, you see 22:13 written on the wall a couple of times. This references chapter 22, verse 13 of the book of Revelations, which states, "I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end." This verse shows Yahweh's absolute power over all things that he created. The Templars, who plan to use the piece of Eden to control all of humanity, hope to gain this power and control the world. This foreshadows knowledge that is gained only in the following game in the series, Assassin's Creed 2. In the next room, there's a similar depiction, except this time it's 13, 16, 18. This references the book of Revelations, chapter 13, verses 16 through 18, which state, "Also, it causes all, both small and great, both rich and poor, both free and slave, to be marked on the right hand or the forehead, so that no one can buy or sell unless he has the mark, that is, the name of the beast or the number of its name. This calls for wisdom. Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast, for its number is the number of a man, and his number is 666. This refers to the second beast mentioned in Revelation chapter 13, which is said that it will rise out of the earth and cause destruction to humanity. This also foreshadows knowledge gained later in the series of a microchip that the Templars plan to implant in people of the entire world population. If the Templars' mission is a success, they can control everyone in the world and pretty much get them to do anything they want. Also, a barcode seen in the same room, when scanned, reads the number 666, which further enforces If the player is familiar with this book of the Bible, then he or she will have a deeper insight of the events of the series, since the player is first told of the Templars' evil plans in the same game. To a person who knows the book of Revelations, the makers of the game are foreshadowing events and knowledge to come, and some of the bizarre pictures on the wall make sense. Also, during Altair's final fight with his mentor, Al-Mualim refers to the Piece of Eden as the Word of God, since the pieces of Eden had the ultimate power. Mualim uses the Piece of Eden to replicate himself and to control Altair and the rest of the Assassin Brotherhood. To a person who has read the Bible, this illusion makes perfect sense, since Yahweh time and time again shows his absolute and limitless power to the Hebrew nation, although not to this extreme. In Assassin's Creed 2, Desmond and his friends are forced to go back into the Animus and relive the memories of his Renaissance ancestor, Ezio Auditore. While reliving these memories, Desmond finds another piece of Eden and also comes into contact with a member of the first civilization, Minerva. Minerva warns Desmond about the calamity that struck the first civilization and how it's going to she's trying to warn him how it's going to happen again. Soon after this, Desmond and his fellow assassins are found, their whereabouts are discovered by Abstergo and they're forced to flee to safety. In Assassin's Creed 2, the player has the chance to collect fragments from Subject 16 in the Animus called glyphs. Once all of these glyphs are found, a secret video called The Truth is unlocked. In the video, Adam and Eve are seen trying to escape with a piece of Eden. The pieces of Eden allow the user to gain extensive knowledge of the world, just like the fruit from the tree of knowledge of good and evil in Genesis chapter 2. Just like in Genesis chapter 3, Adam and Eve take the piece of Eden and gain knowledge that has extreme consequences. They learn of the calamity that will soon befall them and the others from the first civilization, which can also be seen as another version of the fall of humanity mentioned in Genesis. To a person who has never read the Bible or hasn't read the story of Adam and Eve, they might not fully understand the illusion or understand why Adam and Eve seem to be in such distress. But to a person who has read Genesis, if the piece of Eden is viewed as the forbidden fruit, Adam and Eve's distress makes perfect sense, since we know that they have gained knowledge that changed their lives forever. In conclusion, biblical illusions can be found everywhere, including video games. Sometimes these illusions add a deeper understanding to the game, or they can foreshadow events